Hello and welcome back to Persona 5 Royal, where last time we battled Kaneshiro and completed his palace, finally, because, oh boy, howdy, was his fight was a long one. I mean, the fight itself wasn't that bad, it was a little tough towards the end, but by and large it was more just a long battle rather than a particularly challenging battle. But the palace itself kicked my ass hardcore, so I'm lucky we got out of that alive, and now I'm ready to just relax, take some time off, to ease back into the daily life rhythm of Persona 5 until the next palace comes around and probably kicks our ass even harder. So we'll see what happens then. But for now, we're just gonna relax, we're gonna chill, we're not gonna craft anything, we're not gonna study, we're not gonna do anything all that extraordinary. We're just gonna chill and watch some movies, because I rented this. I think I rented this on June 21st because I returned that crap movie. So watch this now to relax and unwind after battling our way through that insane palace.
Innocence is for the courts to decide. My only concern is that he lives long enough to get.
It's a story about the daily struggles of doctors working in an emergency ward.
Wow.
I like this guy. A person's life is valuable no matter what they've done.
Yep.
No matter the circumstances, those doctors never gave up. Maybe learn a thing or two about kindness from watching this drama. Sure. I'll take the points. At this point, I will happily accept the points. If I have any hope of getting all those ranked up to maximum before the end of this LP, even though the game is 1,000 hours long or whatever it is, I don't even know. We'll see. I still want to get as many extra points as we can. It's starting to get late. Let's head to bed soon, okay? I would have gone out to fuse the Faith Persona, but the game kind of said, nah, you gotta stay inside tonight.
Kaneshiro truly was an evil stain on society. Same with Kamoshida and Madarame too. They hurt and exploited others just to satisfy their desires. Still, there were people around them who noticed their terrible deeds, weren't there? I wonder why they turned a blind eye. Why doesn't anyone help?
Some of them want to, but can't because of reasons, whether they're too scared to or they are blackmailed into not doing anything about it. And some of them are just as bad as they were, and they thought that what they were doing were actually good, because there are people who are just as twisted as they are, unfortunately. So some of them wanted to help and couldn't, and others just didn't want to help because they thought that they were doing something okay, which is just ugh. They probably want to. Their candidates. Well, look at that. Everything I just said. They probably want to.
But they don't have the courage? Humans are so weak. Humans. Hey. Do you think I'll really be able to become a human?
Wait, but I thought you... Wait. So saying that implies that you aren't already a human, but I thought you weren't a cat. You were... Oh, oops.
When I touched the treasure, some memories came back. I tried to force myself to forget, but I really may not be human.
I don't buy that for a second.
Talk about a lukewarm response. Now that I think about it, I gotta be human. I am the core of the Phantom Thieves, after all.
No way they'd give this much build-up only to have you actually be a cat the whole time. I don't buy that for a second. I feel like my bond with Morgana is growing deeper. Alright. Pickpocket. Chance to obtain an item when Joker performs a melee attack. That's useful, especially if the item in question happens to be an SP item. You've learned how to pickpocket from Morgana. Don't mind if I do.
Come on. It's not good for you to stay up this late. Let's go to sleep.
Oh, trust me, Danganronpa 3 taught me that. It definitely taught me that. Multiple times, consecutively, actually. I don't recommend it. Oh, great. We're going back to Crazy World again? Yep. Well, this might be... I would say this would be a good thing, but we would only ever go here for cutscene purposes, not for me to be able to actually craft... I keep saying craft. Not for me to be able to actually fuse something here, so this may not be in my best interest after all.
Heed his words.
You've defeated the repulsive fiend of gluttony this time. Well done. I am glad to see you have devoted yourself to your rehabilitation.
You are not worthy of such kind words, inmate. I suggest you treasure them.
Do you recall the whispers about that strange man?
Even a chicken could remember something that important. Don't sound so cocky about it. This is about the cases of those people who shut down, is it not?
Indeed. I speak of another with powers similar to yours. If you are to complete your rehabilitation, you may encounter him eventually. Yet another thing for me to look forward to. It would be greatly troubling if you were to not strengthen your ability. I shall grant you an ability befitting of your newfound growth. Consider it a gift.
I feel like my bond with Igor is growing deeper. Oh joy, just what I've always wanted, to get closer to Groove from the crazy Velvet Room, wacky, insane dimension. Increase the XP bonus granted by Arcana Burst. Alright. I'll happily accept that. I mean, I don't want to be friends with you, but if you want to give me free stuff, I'm not going to turn that down.
Return to your world.
So what do those two do all day when I'm not in that dimension? Like when I'm here in this world, they just stand guarding an empty cell, or am I just asleep? I guess I'm just asleep the whole time. Oh, hello, Makoto. Now that I'm actually saying it out loud, it's probably just that I'm asleep the whole time, and then when I come back into this world, I wake up. Sorry, when I come back to this world, I'm asleep in that world, and then when I come back to that world, I'm asleep in. It's probably like it's probably just a consciousness shift between the bodies, between dimensions. Something. I don't know. I don't know how the dimension swap works in the Velvet Room. I don't know whether they're discarding an empty cell or they're discarding me asleep. Either way, I don't really care what they do, because I don't have any emotional investment in those two twins at all, nor do I have any investment in their wacky, grew-nosed boss, so they can do whatever they want for all I care. Hello, it's me, Makoto. Were you sleeping? I'm still asleep, actually.
I assume it's okay if you're able to make such jokes. There's something I feel I should let you know. Kaneshiro contacted me.
Kaneshiro?
He said he's calling off our debt. It seems he's disposed of all the photographs as well.
And that is what we call mission accomplished.
And, my sister and her team have taken him into custody.
What?
It appears they did not want him to disappear, if you know what I mean.
His group was called a mafia after all. I wouldn't put silencing him past them.
Does this mean we were successful in changing his heart?
Yes, as I said.
Hard to say for sure yet.
Oh, come on.
I see. What about those psychotic breakdowns that Kaneshiro mentioned?
I'm not sure. But I assume he was talking about the incidents that have been all over the news lately. It really may be related to the other person who has been entering palaces.
True. That said, all we can do now is wait until Kaneshiro's change of heart becomes clear to us. Thank you.
I don't have any doubt that the change of heart worked. I was going to be late. Customers were bickering in the convenience store this morning. A young woman wearing all brand clothing and an older man with gold accessories were arguing. Both were on their high horse, and even though they dressed fancily, it felt nouveau rich. Speaking of, the Japanese words for high horse and nouveau rich both originated as shogi terms. A lot of people aren't familiar with shogi, but it's good to know a little about it. So, have you seen this piece before?
Do you know the answer?
What do I think it says in the back of this piece? So, considering this is one of those things where I don't know the answer, but I'm going to try to reason my way to the answer, which is that of the three of these, only one, it's obviously not this one, I think it's, I would assume it'd be this one just because of the fact that it's the only one of the three that's a proper word answer, and also the fact that she was just mentioning, the gold was literally just brought up in the conversation, in terms of, like, people being on the high horses and fancily dressed up as rich people, so I'm gonna go with this one.
This is it.
Seems to track.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually, even if I can't, well, I say usually. Anytime I didn't already know the answer, I've been able to semi-efficiently reason my way to the proper answer. The lance and the silver general also have the kanji for gold on the back. By the way, it said that the 2 on the back of the pawn piece is a cursive form of gold. In shogi, you can choose to promote your pieces under certain conditions. If a knight crosses into enemy territory, for instance, they can promote, becoming as mobile as a gold general. A weak piece like a pawn can become gold if you get it into the enemy's camp, hence nouveau riche. Wow, really? Seems kind of smart, doesn't he? We always get it's always the same pool of compliments that I'm still surprised that they give out, as if this is a massive shock to them. Otherwise, nouveau riche like to wear expensive clothes because of a desire to be acknowledged. Once humans fulfill the basic needs of clothing, food, and shelter, our next desire is recognition. That's why people try to make themselves seem bigger by flaunting their power through money. What a topical thing to bring up. What a oddly topical thing to bring up given recent events in this game. Making yourself seem bigger reminds me of a frilled lizard. Okay, after school time. Okay, very exciting day, because today is the next big hangout date for Kasumi. So, that's, before we do that, we need to go to the Velvet Room to actually fuse a Velvet... I was gonna say fuse a Velvet Persona. We need to go to the Velvet Room to fuse a Faith Persona, so we can actually start making progress toward a Confidant. I think you may know this already, but I've been ordered by Principal Kobayakawa to look for the culprits. Culprits? You're the ones responsible for the calling card. I asked that you try not to stay out for a while. By the way, I usually spend my time in the student council room. If there's ever an emergency, by which she means if you ever want to hang out, feel free to come find me there. And is that... oh god, 3 messages. One of them's Kasumi. Yep, there she is. Okay. You want to go... oh, well, okay, so... no. Screw off, Ryuji. You're a great guy, but here's the thing. There are specific dates that I have to spend time with Kasumi if I have any chance of forwarding my relationship with her, and... let me tell you something. We are not overriding that. We're not overriding specific predetermined dates just to spend time with you. I can spend time with you any random Tuesday. But today, June 29th, Wednesday, June 29th, is a day that was marked off on the calendar for Kasumi and Kasumi alone. So, nice try, Ryuji. See you later. As for you, you don't sound like you want to hang out. You sound like you just want to tell me something. I want to go see Shio in the hospital. We talked about all sorts of stuff while I was there, but that just made me think of even more than I wanted to talk about. You think you could listen to what I have to say? Oh, never mind, you do want to hang out. Oh, goddamn. Why? Why does everyone want to hang... really? Never mind, turns out you did want to hang out. Okay, well, it's not even a choice. We're obviously spending time with you, because the thing is, look, Ryuji's great, and Ann's great, but here's the thing. I can hang out with them on any random day, but there's only specific dates that Kasumi emerges from the Shadow Realm and pops out of the ether to actually offer the chance to spend time with her, so... we gotta take advantage of these rare opportunities when they appear. But before we do that, we need to go to the Velvet Room and take care of a certain persona situation. So let's go ahead and go to Central Street to take care of this. Oh, fancy lighting. I've just saved the game. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to, because we know that we can buy back our personas anytime we want. Maybe it's just that, because these personas have the little green gem next to them. I don't know if maybe that's screwing with the system. Like maybe the green gems mean they're an exception to the standard rule, and that's why I can't craft, or I keep saying that, why I can't fuse what I want. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to try to sub out my current. I'm gonna try to craft. I said it again. Fuse a new Emperor persona. Just any. I mean, they're all the same, so it doesn't really matter what we. Let's do this one. Sure, we'll do this one to craft this. And which skills to inherit? Okay, this one. We're just testing to see if this works. What do I want to inherit? I'll just go with this one. And oh, I can choose more than one. Okay. Let's go for this one.
Its power will be nothing unusual.
Yeah, great. Go ahead.
I see.
Just do that. We're gonna try to create a new Emperor persona and see if this does anything. We're just gonna, because if this works, then I know the problem was the fact that the Emperor that we had just was busted or was an exception or something. If it doesn't work, then that means the guide I have is busted, and I need to search elsewhere to figure out what I want to do. Okay, so now that I've done that, Emperor, I don't have my Magician anymore, but that's fine because now I can try to do it with the Chariot. Ah, okay, that was the problem. Okay, that was the problem. It's just that this one was busted. Okay. So, now we're gonna craft, I just keep saying that because it's basically it's what we're doing, we're crafting these things, even if it calls them fusing, it makes sense for me to call it that. Now we're gonna, to fuse the Faith one, there we go, it works, okay, so that was the problem. Do this, actually, do that, and do this, and we're good, yes, accepted, go ahead, do it. And then, because we just gained so much money back from the pals, we can easily buy back what we lost. We can easily buy back what we lost, and I'm not worried about it in the slightest. Not worried about it even a little bit. Okay. So now that we've done that, now I just gotta go to the registry and repurchase all the things that we just lost there, and then we will be good to go, and we'll all be said and done. Okay. Get back a Cherry Persona so we can spend time with Ryuji in the future. Get back our Justice Persona. And with that, we have everything we could ever need. We have the Cherry for Ryuji, Lovers for An, Death for Takemi, Faith for Kasumi, Counselor for for Counselor Man, Temperance for, well, I mean, I guess we don't need Temperance anymore, but we have it anyway, and Justice. We have everything we need. That's all of us taken care of. There we go. We're ready to roll now. Now, we can actually go back to, we can answer Kasumi's message and spend time with her. Okay, crisis averted. I was really worried there for a second, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. We averted the crisis, we fixed the problem, we got a new emperor, and we solved the problem, and now we are ready to accept her invitation. Alright, let's do this. Hello! Do you have any free time today? I blocked off free time just for you. Managed to get permission to practice in the school gym. I was thinking we could do some training inside. Does that sound okay? I feel like I've become closer with her thanks to the Faith Persona Phoenix. I feel like my bond with Kasumi will grow stronger soon. Are you gonna go spend time with Yoshizawa? Absolutely. I spent a lot of time deliberately trying to do that. Kasumi isn't responding. Sorry, my phone has been acting up. It just randomly shut off. Looks like it's okay now. See you. Oh, but do you want to get some food in the cafeteria first? I'll go ahead and grab us some seats first. I'll be waiting for you in the cafeteria, senpai. Alright, that's a weird little story beat. I'm assuming it's probably gonna have something to do with the Metaverse app, because I don't know why else her phone would, I don't know why else the game would draw attention to her phone magically malfunctioning or whatever, so it's an interesting detail to point out. Anyway, I'm sorry I called you here so suddenly. Since our talk, I've been trying to think of things besides gymnastics that I've been really invested in, and I figured something out. It's this. Making bento, I'm assuming, is what we're doing here? Yeah, I can cook. Alright, great, that was correct. You really need to regulate your diet and gymnastics, so I've been making my own food a lot. And so, since I also want to thank you, I made you bento. Oh, I'm honored. This is actually my first time cooking for someone else besides my family. I figured this would definitely help me get my confidence back. I made it specifically with your body type in mind, and knowing how much you exercise. Do you want it? I'm touched. That's close to what I said. I'll go with that one. But I'm glad I put all that effort in. The chicken and eggs are to help you with fatigue. There are some beans in there too, and it's on brown rice. Wait, I'm getting all focused on the gymnastics part again. Well, anyway.
This looks good.
Do you, though? Why do you look so skeptical, Magic Senpai? I guess it might look like a lot, but this is actually a little less than my usual. It is? Oh, I've done the math and the calories. I'll burn all this off at practice.
So,
You'll be done before you know it. Okay, then. You do you, I suppose. This is... It's a familiar flavor, but it doesn't match the food. I keep trying different parts, but it all tastes like the same thing. Something very familiar. You okay? Your eyes are glazing over. It's great! That's called lying. It's definitely unique. Says what you want to say without being rude about it. And saying it's unique is technically a compliment, so, we'll go with that one. You think so? I don't think it's that weird for an athlete. I said unique, not weird. The two words are not synonymous with one another. Heavy seasoning would probably be bad for you, so I went easy on it. Was it too light? Excuse me. Yeah, that's the flavor I was going for. I was trying to decide how to season these. I figured everyone likes curry, right? So I decided to go for maximum curry flavoring. Sorry, were you not a fan of that flavor? Oh, wait, maybe for the super spicy ones. Is there a third option?
I'm so sorry.
I did this all wrong. I'll go get some kind of condiment to change the flavor. Once I fix it, I'm sure you'll enjoy it more. You don't need, that's not... Should I get mayonnaise, soy sauce, maybe miso? You think Dr. Maruki will have some salt? This isn't, you don't need to, okay. This isn't, you don't need to, you're overreacting to this a little bit. Oh, you're right, I should just buy something new so you eat it right. No, you don't need to, Kasumi. I get it, you want to make sure I enjoy what I eat, but I promise you it's not this important. You don't need to bend over backwards to find the exact right condiment that will appeal to my taste buds. I promise you, it's not that big a deal. This works fine. I'm enjoying this. But... Well, thank you. Now we should really eat. Okay, I'm sensing some perfectionism here. Phew, that was delicious. Thank you for completely finishing your meal, Magic Senpai. Yeah, I was happy to do that. Now, for a completely unrelated reason, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick. Nothing to do with your food at all. I'm sorry it didn't turn out perfectly. I came up with the idea of making bento, but I couldn't decide on the flavor. Oh, trust me, we figured that one out. Either way, I'm really sorry. It's not your fault. I'm so embarrassed. I thought it was so great when I presented it to you, and now, you just keep at. Like, so, one, just because it didn't appeal to my taste buds doesn't mean it's not going to appeal to someone else's taste buds. And another thing, you've just begun, you're just learning, so just keep at it. Practice makes perfect. When you fall, you gotta get back up. Next time I'll ask you what you like before I try anything too crazy. That may also help, yes. I'll go buy that super spicy Megiddo sauce for next time. I don't think the solution we came to was you needed to make it extra spicy. I don't believe that was the conclusion we reached. It seems like you're always helping me find my way forward, senpai. If I didn't have you, I'd let my failures get to me and end up in some big pessimistic spiral again. You mean like what almost happened today? Maybe this kind of confidence can help me figure out who I really am. Sounds right, sure. Either way, I suppose all I can do is keep on moving forward. I hope we can keep helping each other improve. I certainly hope so. Okay, wow, yeah, sensing some heavy perfectionism there. Sensing some very heavy perfectionism on that regard. Anyway. Now that we've gotten all our nutrients, it's time for the next phase. I don't mean to be too demanding, but I'm going to train you even harder than before. Make sure you keep up. Oh, great, not intimidating at all. We went to the gymnasium and trained ourselves. Thanks to Sumi's training, I died. I felt like my stamina increased. Alright. Max HP increased by 5. That's useful. I'll happily I mean, I guess SP is probably what we were more concerned with, but increased health works too. Especially since if the third palace was that hard, I don't even want to know what Palace 9 is gonna look like. So we'll just have to wait and see. I guess we'll end here for today. Hope we can do this again sometime. Yeah, at some point, and by which at some point I mean on my birthday, I believe is the next time. I believe July 31st is the next time in which. Oh, hello. Why must you exist?
Inmate.
What, the one where I drag you all over town on a sightseeing tour? No, thank you. Waiting in front of our door, we expect you to accept this task. No, you're not. That's not happening. No, just straight up no. I'd rather spend time with Kawakami than I would. Now what? I'd honestly rather spend time with Kawakami than I would go drag the Velvet Twins around town. I've been curious. What's Kosei like? Is it filled with guys like Yusuke? I imagine there are a lot of different people there. Now that you mentioned it, I have one very interesting classmate. She's a female shogi player and seemingly quite the skilled one at that. Are you talking about Hifumi Togo? I remember hearing she's a student at Kosei. They say she's the most beautiful shogi player around right now. Dude, that sounds too good to be true. Give me some more info. I do not know much about her. She is not the kind of person to let others close to her. It sounds like she only focuses on her shogi pursuits. After all, it said she is a lone genius. However, I have heard she is commonly seen at the church over in Kanda. For real? We gotta go. You'll probably get struck down by a bolt of lightning if you're going for that ulterior motive. That ain't it. This is for the Phantom Thieves. I mean, shogi's a kind of battle, right? She's gotta know all sorts of insane strategies and stuff. That is quite the stretch. Yeah. That's nice reach, pal. Church is supposed to be holy. Don't do this, Ryuji. You guys gonna pay for this one day? Sure, we may pay for it one day, but you would have paid for it tonight if you went through this with this plan. You go spy on her. I don't want to do. Why? Financially real excuse. I don't care. Why? Let's know the animated shogi expert, huh? Striking an enemy with but a moment's inspiration, Sylvia tries into a victory.
Actually, be good tactics to know for our work as the Phantom Thieves. You said she's at the church in Kanda, right? We should check it out when you have the time.
Okay, but are you sure you want to put her? If we really want to get her on the team, are you sure you want to put her in the same room as Ryuji? That doesn't sound like a great idea. That really doesn't sound like an ingenious plan. All right, who's messaging me now? Is it, you know what? Honestly, sure. Honestly, sure. My choices are spend time with you or well, I guess I mean I have other choices than spend time with her or spend time with the Velvet Twins over there. I could work. I could get more money. I mean, those statements mean as in I work and therefore would get more money. Not as mentioning those are two different things. I guess I could go talk to the girl in that wacko town we went to, where with a nighttime club. We could go there. There's other things we could do, but you know what? Why not? You're offering it. Let's give it a shot. We have the money. Working today, use the yellow phone if you want to call her. Sure. At this point we have enough money to the point where it's not going to make that big of a dent in our. Actually, first let's check to see if there's a. There's not. There's no crossword puzzle. It's not going to make that big of a dent in our budget if we do this once. So. I'm fine with doing this. Thank you for your call. I'm all oh, it's just you. You know, I've been hearing Shibuya is getting more dangerous lately. I'm sure you passed by that area on your commute to school, but don't make too many details, okay? Today I have a special item on the menu just for Master. Can you please stop talking like that to me? Would you like that for 5,000 yen? We have the money to afford it, so why not? Yes, let's do it. If we had the money we had in the last episode, or not last episode, but pre-Palace, it'd be a different story. But at this point in time, we can afford this. Thanks for always requesting me. Well done, and please wait for me till I get there. Cough, cough. Yeah, I don't really,
Listen.
You know, you listened to my story the other day? You listened to my secrets? Which one? You've had like 1,000. I've been feeling more at ease since then. I've never been able to tell anyone about it, so I figured that I should actually do some housekeeping today to say thanks. What, you mean you actually do your job? I need to take a break. What, you literally just got here. You literally just got here. But knowing, the only reason I'd be doing this is to get the bonus abilities, so let's be nice. Let's be nice. I'm so touched to hear you care for me and my well-being, Master. I'm at my limit, so exhausted. You literally just got here, though. Cough, cough. I'm beat. I can't stop coughing. Okay, well, lucky for you, I know the best doctor in the city, so let's go to the clinic right now. I'm fine. You are clearly not fine. Go see Chikemi. Go to the... What? You have coughed this many times in the past minute. You are not fine. Just kidding. I just wanted to slack off a bit. No. I mean, there's nothing left for me to hide from you, so the truth comes out, you know? You definitely have something to hide from me. The fact that you were coughing that much, you obviously have something to hide from me. Now I think about it, I'm glad you're the one who found out about me being a maid. Are you going to be alright in this dusty room? And have you been eating well? You need to eat fresh. Don't worry. I should not be your primary concern right now, Kawakami. Vitamins are super important. You're going to turn out like me if you don't take care of yourself. I guess you should get some sleep. You feel all achy. You feel achy, and you went from, oh, I was faking the lol jokes on you, I was just pretending to be sick so I could slack off work, to now you feel achy. You feel achy. Do you now? Do you now? Then maybe you should go see Takemi about it. Guardian said they needed more money. I had my boss give them more shifts, but I had to beg him for them, but don't overdo it. You're clearly getting sick. Fine, nothing you should worry about. When you are this, I'm sorry that I have the empathy to care about the well-being of other people. It's my sincerest apologies. Feel more at ease now that I have someone who knows what I've been going through. Talking about you, thanks, I noticed that. Okay, well, that was something. Allows you to also request Kawakami to make courier infiltration tools for you. Okay, that's actually pretty useful. Right. I'll happily accept that. But the trade-off being, you need to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. I have to get out to my next job, so I'm going to... No, what you need to do is you need to cancel work and go see the goddamn doctor.
I'll see you later then.
Thank you for using our service. Ay. Let's make that the last time that happens for a while. This is Master, thank you for using our service today. I guess it's a good thing I splurged the doctors. I finally got some confidence in them. Thank you. Thank you for finally listening to me. You gotta do some cleaning and ventilating on your own even when I'm gone, okay? If you neglect stuff like that, it makes you more likely to get sick. And yet, I'm perfectly fine, and you're the one who's actually, who actually had to go get cough medicine today. Who, me? I mean, I'm tired, but that's nothing new. Wait a minute. We're supposed to be talking about you, don't change the subject. Oh, but if you do get sick, I'll look after you anytime. So please don't forget to request me. I finally get rid of the cough, and now I get these headaches and shivers. Sometimes this is why we invent energy drinks. If you are getting aches and shivers, that's called having a fever. Doesn't mean, alright, time to guzzle down a 5-hour energy shot. That's not what you do. You suck at this. Okay, well, at least we finally got to spend time with Kasumi after all that. It was all worth it in the end. Now we only have one more day left in June.
It's so hot.
And then it'll be July time. It's so hot and humid, I wish the rainy season would end soon. By the way, June's almost over. I was just talking about that. We defeated Kanashiro so we can rest easy for a while. I guess. So what do you want to do today? Maybe something like a trip to Mementos? How about literally anything other than that? How about literally anything that does not involve going to Mementos? How about we do that? I mean, breaks are important. We have those requests in the message, but we don't forget. I'm not gonna... That's not... No thanks. I'll pass. I'm doing just fine not going to Mementos, and I'm gonna keep not going to Mementos because we are doing just fine as is. It's raining. Weather very well may have the same effect on Mementos as it has on humans. Okay. Well, don't really have a plan for today. I guess the easy And so we're just like, I guess we can just work. I think we're good on spending time with people, unless if we had a pressing message with someone to spend time with them, we might go spend time with them. But I think we're just gonna take it easy, and we're just gonna go work at I guess the convenience store pays more than the flower shop, right? That's not what I want. I wanted to open the calendar just to make sure I have this correct. Yeah, so the convenience store pays more than the flower shop, so we'll go there. I feel bad for neglecting this, but I'm starting to realize I don't actually need this for any reason, so long as we have this job. So yeah, I may as well just go work there. Again, we don't need the money anymore, technically speaking, because we got a buttload from the actual palace itself. Just to brace myself for any future expenses, may as well work here. Keeping you cool this summer.
What do you want to do?
Yep, let's work. Let's do some work. You can raise your charm by learning how to handle customers. Do you want to work this part-time job? Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And that will wrap us up out of the month.
Welcome.
Do you have a point card with us?
Hey.
Good work out there. You gotta learn how to be considerate of others through dealing with customers. And there is our charm rank up. Still not quite where we want to be for Makoto, because again, I have not decided whether I want to actually pursue the Kasumi route or the Makoto route. And I'm actually considering a Takemi route as well at this point, so that's 3 people I have to consider. And one of the requirements for Makoto is getting charm to max rank, so we're making progress. And I want to keep making progress on that note. You're almost done, right? Let's get your pay and go home. Yep, we have plenty of money, but it's never a bad thing to have more. So I'll keep on working wherever we can. And as per usual, we're gonna check to see. According to UZA's info, is famous Shogi player Canada, right? If we had time to, I just want to rest. I want to take a day to chill. I don't need to go there. Oh, and also there is a crossword puzzle. Let's go ahead and take care of this. All right, a border between air masses. Oh, you mean like what? Okay, hold on. So that's just you're referring to a front in terms of like cold front, warm front, things like that. So that would be what we're going for here. That did not take much critical thought at all. Just a cursory glance at the letters to see if we had the letters we needed to make this work. And there we go. When warm and cold air of equal force collide and stall, the border is called a stationary front. But one lasts from spring to summer, it's called a seasonal rain front. The rainy season is called Suyu in Japan, written with the Chinese characters for plum and rain, possibly due to how the rain constantly falls as the plums ripen.
I see.
And once again, Morgana tells us that he didn't know what the hell he was doing, which is fine, because we always expect it anyway. And that, my friends, should wrap us out of June. Well, I guess unless we can still do something. Should we, you know what, should we go, but, you know, why not? I feel like we've been neglecting recently, because even though I'm not super thrilled on actually spending more time with her, I've been told that the abilities that we can get from her are, I'm working Friday and Saturday evenings, would you request me then? If you're just hard work, maybe I could just head to your place and get it over quickly, but if I end up working other than Friday or Saturday evenings, I'll contact you and see you. Never mind. I was going to say that we could spend time with her because just to get the abilities that we need, not the ones we need, but the ones we want. Because I've been told that even though I don't want to spend time with her, the abilities are worth it in the end. So I kind of want to do that just to catch up a little bit there. But I guess it only happens on Fridays and Saturdays, so that's not gonna happen. So we need a new plan, and I don't actually have I didn't really have a replacement in mind for that. So. I mean, I guess if all else fails, if we don't know what to do, we can always just go work. Because again, having more money is never a bad thing, especially considering how. I guess I can't just warp there. Actually, can I just warp straight there? Yes, I can. I'll just warp straight here. Considering how expensive some things are in this game, I want to kind of keep our money up as much as possible. Yeah, let's work here. Just keep that money ticking higher and higher.
Good evening.
You look like you're working hard. Seeing the way you work motivates me to work harder as well. I should probably order now. I like a medium beef bowl with egg. Do I need to remember that, or is that going to happen automatically? Okay, so yeah. It's just whenever Morgana tells me, wow, it looks busy today, that we should expect to have to work a bit harder. Alright, good work. You can leave now since it's the end of your shift. This is your pay today. Thank you. I hope we can keep it up. I've been doing my best to keep it up as best I can. I kind of pretended I didn't have jobs for the first 2 months or whatever, but now that we're actually realizing how expensive things are, working a little bit harder. Are you okay? You were all alone at this whole time, but you still managed all those orders by yourself. If you ask me, you were pretty proficient. So you tell me every single time. At this point, it's just kind of par for the course. But what we really need is to get that charm up. Get that charm up as much as it can.
Let's head back.
And that, my friends, wraps us up out of June and sends us into July. Here we go. A month begins anew, or a new month begins. Ah, we were able to grab a seat. Why don't you read something until we get there? Well, we certainly have plenty of books to choose from. So, when we finish this, I guess we'll start with this one. Why not? I guess I also need to return that. We'll do that. Start reading this. Because why not? The man in the mask stood up for the weak and fought valiantly against injustice. Make sure you pay extra attention to how totally awesome Zoro is. I'll jump right on that chance.
Hey, hey.
Oh, I didn't realize how long you've been reading, so how far did you get? Seems like you still have some pages left. I'm guessing we got about halfway through, because we always get halfway through. We're almost at the station. It's like it was sufficient use of your time. You always tell me that. And at this point, I guess I'm just kind of believing it. I don't really feel the thing is I don't really feel the increased stats, but I know that they're essential, so I'm gonna keep doing them. I skipped breakfast, so now I'm hungry. I want something filling, but with summer coming up, I'm worried about having too many calories. Why don't we get tea? The diner in Shibuya serves fruity, badum-tish. Smells good. It's great for your skin, and it totally increases your charm. Oh, does it now? Oh, well, in that case, let me get right on that. Being stylish starts from the inside out. After all, I guess I'll try some.
Wow.
Fruity, huh? Sounds like a hip drink that's real popular with the ladies. You want to try some? Sounds delicious.
Nice.
No rule against dudes drinking it. If it tastes good and makes you more stylish, may as well, right? Especially since charm is a pivotal thing for Makoto's route. It might be a good idea to boost your charm by drinking fruity whenever you're at the diner. Yeah, that's a good thing to note. Speak of the devil, we were literally just talking about how you require a lot of charm, so I might suddenly get addicted to fruity all of a sudden. Good morning, what are you looking at? Let's get going, we're going to be late if we don't hurry. I see you've discovered the art of stopping by this one spot where characters are always standing to provide helpful gameplay tips for us.
Well,
Open your textbooks. Good morning to you as well. Today we'll be talking about the Three Kingdoms period, a variety of heroes battling for dominance. Truly an epic time. Charismatic rulers and warlords with the command of 1,000 men may have their own appeal, but personally, I think that the strategists who support them can't be ignored. Now then. Now, don't ask me. In the book, Zhuge Liang of Shu, a name that I definitely did not pronounce correctly, is famous for his exploits during the Battle of Red Cliffs. He's also the inventor of the baozi, a kind of round dumpling, but their original name was based on their appearance. What's the meaning of the original Chinese phrase that these dumplings' name came from? What the... So... Let's review the log real quick. Based on the appearance, round dumpling, so... If you want to go for the round shape, then you could go for the eye in terms of like a rounded eyeball kind of thing. But if we want to go for what makes sense in the context of the book we're reading in terms of the battle, like a proper battle, this is the thing that seems... It's either this or this, because I discarded this one immediately. This one, I think it'd be more focused on the thematics rather than the actual shape in terms of the round aspect of it. So it's either this or this, and I choose you.
this is it. Very good.
Alright, we 50-50 shot and we got lucky. Its original name meant a manto coming from a phrase meaning a barbarian's head. At the time, one region's barbarians would use a person's head as an offering to soothe the deity of a flooding river. Alrighty then. Wow, we got it right. Is he really a criminal? He seems like a punk, but maybe he's actually serious about studying.
Nice go.
We should start writing down all the things that the students say whenever we answer something correctly, and just see if we'll just play bingo with it every time. I mean, it's hard to play bingo when they only say like 2 things, but you know what I mean. We'll tick off the ones that they say each time. These days, you can find Bowsy with cute faces on them. If you think about their origin, it's not too off the mark.
Yep.
I never knew strategists came up with cooking and not just strategies. Makoto's our strategist. Want to see what she can cook up? I'm assuming, because we still have to do our celebration and following this one, right? Our celebratory dinner after the Kanashiro's palace, so maybe. Shouldn't you tell the others about the, oh my god, about that, shut up about the mementos. Alright, who's texting me today? The answer is... Okay. I want to see your face. Well, that's, certainly one way to introduce yourself to me. I want to see your face. But so, first what I want to do is I actually want to return that book to the library, because I kind of forgot that we had to return it, so let's go ahead and return that real quick.
What would you like?
Hello, I have a book that I need to return.
Oh.
Never mind. That's not what I wanted to... I'm guessing that means that the Art of Charm was actually the thing we bought from the bookstore. The thing is, we bought them all so long ago, I didn't actually keep track of which ones we rented and which ones we bought from the bookstore. Hello? Hi. You were just waiting right there, weren't you?
Hey.
That said, all we can do now is wait until Kanashiro's change of heart becomes clear to us. That said is not how you start the first sentence of the conversation when speaking with someone. You need something on the 3rd floor? Had you come to study in the library, perhaps? Well, I wasn't planning on it, but you know what? Sure. You know what? Sure. I came to see you. Why not? I was not planning on seeing you, but since you're literally right here, and we haven't spent time with you yet, why not? Let's do it. What could possibly go wrong? Seems your studies have paid off. Have you been working hard? Seems I have enough knowledge to invite Makoto out. This may be a good opportunity to deepen my bond with her. It's something I want to ask you, if it doesn't get in the way of your studies, that is. I can lend an ear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now then, let's find somewhere better to talk. The courtyard should do. Yeah, so I've not been keeping track of which books we rented.
I'd like to talk to you about something. Do you have a moment?
And which books we actually bought. So, turns out Art of Charm, not a book we rented. That's a book we bought. Zero the Outlaws is the one that we actually rented. So it's a good thing we picked that one to read today, because we need to get that back to the library ASAP. I'd like to talk to you about... Yeah, you already said that.
Up until now, I've been the quintessential honor student.
But now you've associated yourselves with the dregs of the fandom thieves. Don't worry, you're still fine.
I believe I've been handling my position as student council president with ease as well.
No need to brag about it.
And I don't mean that in a boasting way, that's simply how I've thought about it. But in the end, I was unable to make any kind of impact with either Suzui-san or Kanashiro.
I'm sorry, were you not the one who delivered the finishing blow on Kanashiro yesterday?
Turns out there's no use for a rule-abiding honor student when things get rough. Now that I'm a member of this team, I want to do everything I can to help you all. All my studying up to this point has kept me quite narrow-minded. I think I will need to broaden my horizons somewhat. My first step will be to learn more about the other students, but I struggle with that. There seems to be a disparity between my tastes and those of my peers. Really? I hope you're right, but I don't even know where people like to go for fun. It would be nice to have a grasp of such concept. Plus, the student council must be responsible for understanding the student body they serve, right? I don't mean that in a surveillance way, I just want to know them as people.
I want to know the ins and outs of every single one of your personal lives, down to a minute-by-minute breakdown of your schedules.
I may be a phantom thief, but that's no excuse for me to start ignoring my presidential duties. Now, back to the topic at hand. Where do people usually go for fun?
Well, I can show you the world. The movie theater, karaoke, the arcade. Let's go one by one. Karaoke. Not a place I've ever been to. Not a place I've ever wanted to go. Not a place I've ever seen myself having fun by myself or with my friends. So we're not saying that. The arcade. Now, these are places my friends and I have had a ton of fun together. In fact, one of the first places that I ever took for FGF 45 was to an arcade. And that was a blast. The movie theater. I've talked about this before. I don't think this is a great place to spend time with friends in isolation. If you, like I said previously, if you want to package the movie with a meal somewhere, that gives you an opportunity to talk and you know, spend time together and just hang out as friends on top of seeing a movie. But just doing this by itself, you may as well just like, what you actually do at the theater is not going to be impacted by who you're with at all, because you're just going to walk in, sit in the seat, and watch what unfolds in front of you. And it's not a thing where it's like if you're at someone's, if you're both in the same apartment or house, then you can just watch the same thing together and there's no one else around, so you can talk about it. In a movie theater, you can't talk to each other, so you're just sitting there in silence watching the same thing. You walk out, you say maybe a paragraph worth of sentences to each other, and then you leave. So if you do this, you want to package it with something else. However, I don't think Makoto would be very up to the idea of going to an arcade just based on her personality, so, and she definitely wouldn't want to do this, so movie theater it is.
I enjoy the movies myself sometimes. I think I'd prefer somewhere I'm unfamiliar with. Oh, I know. How about the arcade?
Or,
I've never actually been to one.
or I could be colossally wrong in every discernible way.
Do you think you could take me? I'm not sure if it'll broaden my horizons per se, but simply studying won't get me anywhere.
It'll be a field trip. Sure,
Thank goodness. I think I would have been totally lost in there had I gone by myself.
I didn't think there was any chance in hell of her wanting to... Wait, by the way, I was correct. She's never been to an arcade, but she enjoys going to the movie theaters. I was completely correct. But I did not expect in a million years she would actually want to go to an arcade today. But if you want to do that, I'm not gonna say no.
Well, let's get going.
It'll be it'll have to be a very special occurrence for me to ever say no to going to an arcade, just ever.
So this is where everyone comes to enjoy themselves. There are more girls here than I expected. Hey, over there! You play by aiming the gun at the screen, right? That actually seems somewhat realistic.
Interestingly, never been a fan of those games in the arcade. Okay, exception. You know those games in the arcade where you can like sit in a little mini car thing and aim with like the mounted guns on the little table in front of you? Those are cool, and you and a friend can just get in and you're a little hunched in this little enclosed car thing, and just a screen in front of you, so that it blocks out the entire rest of the arcade, and you're just sucked into this world. That's cool. But when it's just you holding the dinky little model gun thing, aiming at the tiny screen, that I've never been a fan of. So if you want to start playing a game, maybe we should start with literally anything that's not that. You want to try it though, since we don't have an option to say no?
If it's okay with you, do you think you could teach me?
I'm not the one to teach you.
I did it! No way!
Makoto's loud play is garnering quite a bit of attention. She seems to be too engrossed in the game to even notice, though.
Oh, so this is how it is.
You're a real gamer! Can we not say that sentence? Let's not do that. Let's say anything other than that, actually. Well, what'd you think?
Of course, that was just a game, but I wonder if I could apply some of the techniques I learned here during battle. Perhaps going somewhere I don't normally frequent is what helped me come up with that idea. You know, it may only be a little bit, but I think I'm starting to understand how people pass time. Interesting. I would have never even thought about coming here before.
Now, what if I told you that you could have all the fun of an arcade on your own personal console or PC of your choice anytime you want? This is a new side of you.
Hey, do you think you could help me out again later? I might be able to give the team more ideas if I can gain increased knowledge outside of my studies.
Do you imagine if we actually reported what happened today back to the team, and they, like Makoto says, today I broadened my horizons and I learned so much. And they're like, wow, that's awesome, Makoto. What'd you do? And she said, I went to the arcade and shot some guns at a fake screen, or shot some fake guns at a screen. And they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I look forward to it.
I need to live up to your expectations now that I've taken up your time. Perhaps it won't be immediately, but I'm sure I can be of use.
I can sense a strong resolve from Makoto. Oh no, I forgot about this. Every time you spend time with someone new, you have to sit through this stupid...
There must have been people who obstructed your actions as the Phantom Thieves. You managed to overcome them because you had someone who specialized in analyzing enemies.
Wait till you find out who it is. Wait till you find out how closely connected to you are to the person that you're talking about right now.
Isn't that right?
I don't know, why don't you ask your sister about it?
Here we go again. Stay with me now. I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. Da 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 da. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Allows you to see skills and potential items drops on the analysis screen.
All right.
Shadow calculus. Alright, I will not say no to that.
By the way, you went to the red light district when you were chasing after Kaneshiro, right? I'd like to go there as well. No, not for my own purposes. To tell you the truth, I recently got a report that one of our students was spotted there. I'm skeptical, but I'd like to confirm firsthand for myself. Well, it's getting late. Let's go home. Thank you.
Thanks for setting aside some time for me today. It's always hard for me to come to places like this on my own, so you've been a big help. I've had all kinds of new experiences today, and it's even been a little fun. Let's go again sometime.
Yes.
Good idea. After all, there's clearly plenty more that I can learn there. Before that, we should go to the red light district as like we discussed before. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to keep you. Careful on your way home. I'll call you later. And by later, you mean the second I'm about to walk through, literally the second I am about to put my hand on the door to enter the cafe, my phone's gonna ring. That happens every single goddamn time. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Or not.
You're back.
I thought for sure. Every other time, whenever that happens, the instant, like, as he's walking up to the door, we get the phone call, but I guess not this time. By that stuff you've got, well, the studio armor, I mean. There's a laundromat next to the bathhouse, right? If we got some spare time where you could wash them. Okay, now a message from who? Message from... I don't care about you. Alright, well, I guess now it's time to make up for what we were talking about yesterday, which is that time to spend time with you again. Yeah, I wanted to do it yesterday, but I guess we can do it today instead. Let's go make the call, then. Alright. Making the call. Here we go. Thanks for your call. Oh, it's just you. You know, I've been hearing Shibuya's... Yeah, you told me that before. You said the same thing previously. You don't think it'll deepen? Well, I mean, we don't have anything else to do. Let's just do it anyway. Let's do it anyway so we can make progress towards eventually deepening the bond. Seems happy that I requested her. Is my imagination or should it not look well? I feel like my bond with Kawakami will go stronger soon.
I'll see you later then.
Great use of our time. Alright, now it's time for the weekend to begin. Well, I say weekend, but we're still in class, so...
Hi, everyone.
Let's get started with class. How far did we go last time?
Well,
Is this on? Miss Juno, please come to the faculty office once. Is it time for the free time? The courtesy of Miss Kawakami. What could this be? I'm off to the faculty office, and make sure you study on your own. Be careful. I've heard the faculty office can be quite the troublesome entity. Kawakami's been kind enough to give us this free time, so we better put it to good use. What's the plan? My plan is to read, because we need to get that book back to the library. Finish it up. Here we go. Zoro the Outlaw. Although his opponent was a true villain, he still behaved as a perfect gentleman. Make sure you paid extra close attention to how to... Yeah, whatever. Told the same thing previously. So you finished reading Zoro the Outlaw. Zoro was not only strong in mind and body, but he also cared greatly for the common people. It seems you really understand the qualities that made Zoro so great. Yeah, mainly because you just told me exactly what they were. Also, I feel like maybe when the teacher's not in the room, maybe Morgana can come out of the desk. Like, that can't be comfortable, I'm sorry. I think it might actually be more comfortable if he stayed in the damn bag than it would be if he kept hunched over inside. You know how little space you have inside those little desk pouches? Granted, it's not... It's like splitting hairs at that point in terms of what's more comfortable between this and the bag, but still, that can't be a comfortable place for Morgana to stay.
Damn it.
What could that have been about? Well, let's resume class. That was close. Kawakami helped us get a good chunk of free time, though. Also, don't think it'd be that hard to fake reading a book during class. Like, it's not that hard to get away with that, I don't think. Especially because textbooks are larger than most paperback and hardcover books. Well, I say most, but basically all paperback and hardcover books. So long as what you want to read is smaller than the book they want you to read, you can very easily mask it behind the textbook, and they'll never think twice about it. So, not that I would have ever learned that at any point in my life. Anyway. We have a message. Who from? It's from... Oh, is that an offer for me to come work? I believe that might be an offer for me to come work. All right, well, we will happily work there for the extra money. But before we do that, we have to return this... Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to, but I'd like to return this to the library because I tried to do it yesterday, but you told me to piss off.
What would you like?
Because the book I wanted to return is in a book that I actually got here. So, yeah, there's that.
What would
You
you
want something? Yeah, because do we have 1 or 2 more books left to rent? We have... No, I lied. None of the above. We have 3 books left to run. Okay, so 3s, I guess we'll increase your reading speed, kindness. I probably should have got this one first. If this actually increased my reading speed, I could have gone to the other books a lot faster.
Here.
Probably would have been a better idea to get this first. Alright, well, no matter. Okay. So, don't really have any plans for today. Or, well, at least I didn't have plans today. So, or I guess, I don't know, I kind of want to spend time with Makoto. I gotta ask, I really kind of want to spend time with Makoto. But I think we'll just, you know what, let's just, it's better, they're offering me extra money. Let's go do this now. We'll spend time with Makoto another day. But there's many other days we can spend time with Makoto. Hello! Flower shop, sorry to bug you, but could you come to work today? It's a store-wide discount, and I don't know if I can handle the rush alone. Make sure you get paid a little extra for it. Absolutely. I can't turn down the chance for extra money. Let's do it. Let's go to the flower shop and earn ourselves some extra money while we are at it. Go here. Central Street. That's not where I wanted to... Actually, wait. No, it's not. I want to go to the Underground Mall. I wanted to go one further than this, but then I picked the wrong underground area. Okay, so word on... What the hell was that? Wait, did I... Okay, so I think what happened is I was turning the camera, but I accidentally clicked on the right stick while I was turning, so it jerked the camera back like this, so it threw me off guard a bit. All right, I'm here to serve. I'm here to work because word on the street is it's a bit of a rush hour. I heard that a lot of people will show up on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Oh, so if I just come here on any Wednesday or Saturday, I get paid extra? That's good to know. I mean, I don't even know if that's true, but if it is, I'll happily keep that in mind. Please have an order for a bouquet. Please handle it. Our customer wants small flowers with soft coloration. Please find 3 that meet the request. Small flowers with soft coloration. Okay, we can do that. The request is for small flowers with soft coloration. It means white or other light colors, right? Okay, yeah. Flowers will you pick first? All right, large, no. Small orange, no. Large, no. Shine, no. Small yellow flower. That's light. I think that counts. Take a second flower now. Light blue flower. Normal. It's not small. Small. Absolutely that. Definitely pick that one. On the third and final flower. Light yellow flower. Actually no. Just small white. Just do small white flower.
What do you want to do?
And I hope this works. Please let this work.
Right.
I'm sure they'll love it. Will they? I hope so. Is it what they wanted? Did I do good? Did I do a good? Or are you going to yell at me now? They bought the bouquet without any complaints. Great. I guess it's a pretty standard reaction. Here's your pay for today. Great. I did it. We got extra money. Gonna work. Come back in when you have the time. I guess I was talking earlier about how I kind of I kind of shafted these people lately because I was talking about how I don't need to come back here again after when the convenience store offers me more money during the day. But when these guys offer me double the money, can't really turn it down. And it boosts my kindness as well. All in all, pretty damn successful day if I do say so myself. Alright, we should head home. Yeah, I was considering spending time with Makoto today, but gotta be honest, it was probably just I couldn't turn down the money because message from 2 people. Who did we get messages from? Hey, why not? Sure. It's more money. Don't mind if I do. Let's go get some even more money. Manager review. Sure. Short-staffed, but are you gonna pay me more? Yeah, your compensation will reflect. Okay, yeah, do it. Let's do it. Okay, I think this will keep us. So this day's a work day. This is gonna cover us on funds for a while, because both my daytime and nighttime jobs gave me double pay. So I think what we've learned today is this is gonna cover us for work for a long time. Now, I think if ever we have a choice between working or spending time with someone, we can always choose spending time with someone because this is gonna very much cover our funds for the foreseeable future.
What did you say?
But we do need to remember these orders. So, ton of customers coming in. All right, what do we got? Large barbecue bowl. That's easy enough to remember. What's up next? Medium beef bowl. Easy enough. Here's the one that I can't. Here's the one that I'm just not even gonna bother trying to pronounce. But that probably makes it the easiest to remember though because it's the one that I can't remember. Sorry, the one that I can't pronounce, meaning I'll know at a glance what it needs to be. So only 1 large and 3 mediums. First person ordered a large barbecue bowl. Second person ordered the medium beef bowl. If that's gonna be here we go. Third person ordered the medium whatever it's called that I'm not even gonna bother trying to pronounce. And that's it started on. And the last person ordered a medium curry bowl. And it always starts me on it, and I always instinctively go down the list, and I never actually look at what it starts me on to see if that's correct or not. Okay, now you just have to make everything and serve them. Good work. Since there were a lot of customers today, but you handled it well on your own. Paid you a little extra today. Good work. Keep it up. Alright. Duly noted. That should cover us for the foreseeable future. You were amazing today, dealing with so many orders. Sure it was rough, but I think you handled it all quite proficiently. And on that note, point up, yep. Alright, so on the list of things to do, is I definitely want to spend time with Makoto tomorrow. Absolutely. Or maybe not tomorrow. I guess there's no reason we can't do it tomorrow. So, we'll spend time with Makoto tomorrow, unless we get a message with someone where we absolutely have to do that. Like, the plan's gonna be to make up for the absence of spending time with Makoto tomorrow. That's what we'll do. Oh, ring ring. Who could that be at this hour? Let's go somewhere tomorrow. We've been busy lately, so I want to be able to at least relax on Sunday. What would be a good place to go? I know, want to try going to the fishing pond in Ichigaya? Fishing pond, that sounds funny, going there with Ryuji? Well, I guess there's what's going to prevent me from spending time with Makoto tomorrow. You know what? Sure, we haven't spent time with Ryuji in a while. We just spent time with Makoto. It's only fair to Ryuji to spend time with him, to relax on a Sunday. We still have Monday to spend time with Makoto, so it's fine. We'll accept his invitation. Ooh, I got a bite. I hope the other fish will bite this easily. Let's meet in Shinjuku tomorrow night then. They have tomorrow then night. They have lots of fish at the pond, right? I can't wait. And another new location's popped up. What's the fare to get to this place? My entire bank account? I don't know. And that's it for today. That is it for today. Okay. So on that note, I believe... So, okay. Oh. Alright, I think we're gonna... Do we call it here, or do we go through Sunday? We'll go through Sunday. We'll go through Sunday and then we'll call it the video there. I was thinking about the future with you as the leader and me as your right-hand man. Doesn't mean in a place like this to look like we're talking some shady business. I like it. Think so? You got no energy as usual. Can't you play along? I'm starting to feel sorry for myself. I'm usually a boring high school student, but when I take my glasses off, right? Come on. Man, the fish ain't biting. The float hasn't moved at all. Oh, by the way, fishing, never something I've been interested in. Well, that's not true. When I was super young, I wanted to fish really just because of the one Pingu episode where Pingu goes fishing and the seal just screws with him the whole time, and it's hilarious. So I always... Like, I had a fish toy set at home when I was a kid that I played with a lot, and I loved it. With, like, a robotic fish that would actually chatter if you picked up on it on the magnetic fishing rod. And then my parents decided to take me actually fishing one day. Turns out, actual fishing, significantly less exciting than pretend fishing and fishing in video games. You're just sitting there, doing nothing. It's not... honestly, I would think I was... Because I had a really cool SpongeBob fishing rod, which I just liked the look of it, and I liked the actual look of the... I liked the intricacy of bringing a tackle box with you and, like, setting up for a proper day at the fishing, at the pond or whatever, attaching the bait and all that, and seeing the little thing bobbing down in the water. I liked the aesthetics of it, and just, like, being on the lake or on the pond or whatever, but the actual act of fishing is boring as all hell, and I'll never do it for the rest of my life. I did catch a fish, though. Once. If only there was a master fisher around there, then we could steal their ideas. Whoa. That's Kawakami, isn't it? What's she doing there? Oh crap, she's coming this way.
Jeez.
Two boys at the fishing pond on a Sunday, huh? Why are you sitting around like old men? Why don't you go out and do something more exciting? Good question. Look who's talking. Adults need time to themselves to unwind and clear their thoughts. You'll understand soon enough when you start working in the real world. I have 3 jobs, Kawakami. Sounding real old there, Kawakami. I literally have 3 jobs. That's Miss Kawakami to you. Oh, Jesus Christ. For real? Kawakami could be our master fisher, Trevor. She still can fish like crazy. It's easy. Just clear your mind and free yourself from negative thoughts. and therefore that will magically attract the fish. That's not how that works at all. How am I supposed to do that? Let go of all worldly desires. I see, so if I tell myself I don't want any fish, nope, not gonna work. I'm asking for tips because I want to get fish. It's a nice sunny Sunday. I didn't think I'd be stuck fishing with you two on my day. You could have picked any other crate to sit on, Kawakami. You could have picked any other crate on the lake to sit, or on the pond to sit at. You chose. Look, there's one back there. Back there on the lane back in the very back of the screen. Could have sat on that one, but no. You chose to sit next to us, and now you're stuck with us. You brought this on yourself. Two troublemakers and they're no good teacher. I guess we're perfect for each other. Don't say that, given the context of our connections. Don't say we're perfect for each other, please. She keeps getting fish even as she nags. I'm impressed. She's the true Master Fisher. Once again, it's Miss Kawakami.
Wanna head back?
Didn't think I'd see something like that today. Guess we'll head back. Well, that was a day. That was not worth Natsume Makoto. I gotta be honest, that was not worth it at all. That was not even kind of worth it. That reminds me, the home shot. Oh my god, you and your stupid TV. And so to close up the video, the last thing I want to do today is I actually want to go do the thing that the game keeps nagging me about, which is to go to Kanda and speak with the priest or whatever they were talking about, just to knock this one out of the way. So we'll see. Is it you, I'm assuming? Shogi playing student. Yeah, they really want me to see what's going on here, so we'll close the video by doing this, and then tomorrow we'll pick up with everything else we gotta do. Okay, Shogi playing student. That girl's playing Shogi. Maybe she's Ifumi Toga, the one Yusuke mentioned. Why don't you go ask her?
What?
Yes? My overflowing charm seems to have reached Ifumi. I'm Ifumi Togo. Playing Shogi by yourself? I'm doing some research, so experimenting with new tactics is best to do it alone in a place like... You aren't alone when you're in a church. You are, by definition, not alone in a church. Churches are kind of designed to not be... There's literally someone right behind you. I suppose it doesn't sound terribly plausible to someone who doesn't play. Tamami, please go ahead and pray. What? Fumitogo seems to take a very tactical approach to playing Shogi. I feel like I can learn some tactics with the Phantom Thieves from her Shogi expertise. I should ask her if she'll teach me. Okay, why not?
Yes? Can I help you?
I want to be a pro.
Huh? You don't necessarily have to learn from me, you know.
Correct, but I've heard from all around town that you are the best as the best can be.
There are other options, such as playing online. Sorry. I just can't. Well then. So... You like Shogi? Like me? You're a bit strange, but...
Says the girl playing a board game in a church to be alone in a building that is designed to not be alone. And it is designed for you to not be alone when you're here.
Okay, just a quick game then. 20 seconds per move, if that's alright with you.
See, now like maybe he'll lose interest. I guess I'll have to play her. I'll just move the pieces randomly. Yeah, that'll go over well.
I'll start.
I'm sure this...
So this is your skill level.
Don't you think honesty would be the best choice here? I mean, I get that she's all about charm, because that's what they mentioned, is that the charm won her over. But I think she'd probably be more pissed if she found out that I was lying about being interested in the first place, and that I'm actually fumbling around with no clue how to play this damn game.
The dragon which governs the blue sky has fallen into my hands. How do you intend to survive this? Check. It's checkmate, no matter how you look at it.
Then you should have said checkmate, not check.
Please concede. To concede is an act of admitting that you have lost with grace. If you aspire to become a shogi player, I recommend that you take your study of the game to heart. Thank you for playing. Well then, that will be all for today. If it's all right with you, may I request another match sometime? I feel a gambler's spirit emanating from you, which is strange, since your style of play is that of a complete novice. Huh? I'm sorry. However, I will instruct you under one condition. You become my playing partner so that I can research new moves. Is that agreeable?
Sure.
That's precious. Well then, it's a deal. I'll teach you how to play, and you'll assist me with my new moves.
Uh-huh. Oh, again? You... Alright, this is weird. She's weird. She's very weird, actually. This is, okay.
I think that quite advanced strategies are necessary to succeed at that many criminal acts.
Could you imagine if this were actually happening, and they're like, you are a tactical mastermind. You have such incredible knowledge of advanced strategies. Where did you learn it? And then they're like, well, I know where you learned it. You learned it from a random girl in church playing a board game by herself. And then you'd be like, what are you talking about? That makes no goddamn sense at all. Like, could you imagine actually telling someone that you learned battle strategy from playing a board game?
And yours weren't by the wit of an amateur. You had a professional who regularly deals with such tactics. You have an idea on who that is, don't you?
I am thou, thou art I, da-da-da-da-da-da. We know the drill. There's a lot of people in this game that you can spend time with. Allows you to swap current party with backup members during Joker's turn. Okay, that's immensely useful, holy hell.
Alright.
Wow. I never would have done it in the last palace because I wanted to spite Kanashiro, but that is immensely useful. Wow. I will happily take advantage of that.
Okay, let's end here for today.
That's awesome! I feel like playing shogi with Hifumi has helped sharpen my knowledge. Wow. Yeah, so that's kind of incredible, is what that is.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for once again for today. Before you head home, would you like to exchange IDs with me? It's no obligation, of course. Lucky me. Is that so? Well, in that case... yes, it went through. I'll let you know if I come with any new strategies. She's very weird and awkward. But if her abilities... If that was the first ability she gave me, and it's that awesome, what else does she have in store? You were able to grab a seed. Why don't you read something until we get there? Alright, well, I'm reading this. Because apparently this is going to be amazing. By handling your eyes and brain separately, your efficiency... That's a pretty scientific approach. At least the illustration makes it easy to understand. So you finished reading Speed Reader. You started flipping pages much faster toward the middle, so I thought you were skipping parts. I can already see that you're able to read with more efficiency now. Which hopefully, for now, you can read at double speed, so that means we can read books in like one sitting then. So that's awesome. That is incredible. Alright, I think we're going to end things here. Once we get to the classroom and we have our pause period, that's when we're going to break. It's already July, huh? I hate the rainy season, but when it ends, it's just hot. The humidity is what kills me about Japanese summers. I miss the dry heat of California. Not to mention, July and August both have 31 days. Summer is long. Now then, Mr. Magic. 2 people are responsible for July and August having 31 days. You know who those people are? Well, I don't, but basic logic... Julius and Augustus, July and August. Again, no knowledge of that, but a little bit of critical thinking, not even that, just basic logic and common sense will get you through that question. You may already know this, but the months of July and August are named after the Roman emperors Julius and Augustus. August is named after a month after himself, just like Julius. However, he felt that like he would be losing if his month were shorter than Julius's, so he added a day. It's a mystery why men are so stubborn and prideful with silly things like this. Did you get the question? I wasn't even close. Maybe actually is one. I'm kind of surprised. Oh shit, he's just glaring at us. You must be really smart to be able to answer a question like that. Same old, just fill in the blank responses. As far as you're all concerned, you're just lucky to get a long vacation. But before that, you have exams. They start next week on the 3rd. Oh great, we get to take more exams. My favorite. Next Wednesday, huh? You better make sure you study. We have not been doing that recently, so I guess I should probably start doing that. Because we have not been studying at all recently. Okay. we're gonna end things right here. I think we covered more days in this episode than we normally do. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I don't even know if it ended up being longer in the runtime, but I imagine it would be, because the length of my recording is always longer than the video itself. But I imagine that we covered more days, so this will probably end up being a longer video than normal. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Persona 5 Royal. Goodbye.